guys, my name is Willem. Welcome to LRDX Cars. Welcome to 2024, the first video of the new year. Like you see, I'm standing here in a grass field because today I'll be testing an SUV, a quattro car from Audi actually. It's another full electric one. It's here the Audi Q4 e-tron, so a full electric Audi. And before the summer last year you saw me test drive the Q3 hybrid, the A3 hybrid, but never got the chance to drive a fully electric Audi, and that's what the day will be all about. This Q4 e-tron with a competition pack even to it, with the cool bronze gold wheels. Quite a nice one. We'll have a closer look at today. Also make a test drive in it. So I would say to all of you, enjoy watching the video, guys. I was thinking, why not park it here in the nice grass fields, that we can actually do a bit of sliding around maybe later. This is, like I said, the full electric Q4 e-tron from Audi. Also put the car on that you can see the cool lights and the 4 hazards. It's sort of a bit bigger as the Q3, but I think the mid-size SUVs where this car is belonging. Quite like this car because it has the competition pack to it. Like you see the S-line from Audi, and then some cool details like those cool bronze gold wheels. I think those are 20-inch wheels that are on now. Makes a much more sporty look to the car. Of course you can go for different versions like the base one, the comfort one, just the S-line, a competition pack. A lot of different packs you can go for from Audi depending on which options you'd want. But I think the car started at 50,000 euros, and then for this competition pack it was 2,500 euros extra. But I would easily pay that, because the wheels alone are worth that option, I think. The car has some sporty lines to it, like you see here on the front. You have a sporty line. Then there over the rear arches, sort of a sporty line. I'll come closer to, which make it actually a good looking one. The last video you saw me test drive the Volkswagen ID.7. And although that was also not the ugliest car, I didn't really like the looks of it. This Q4 is actually a good looking one, I think. Quite cool is how the lights always go from inner to outer at Audi. Quite a cool detail. Like nice designing always from Audi. Sort of this grey color, just a metallic grey color. Then some black window surroundings. Black bumper here on the side where you can read even e-tron on. Come a bit closer that you can also see it. E-tron, always the electric Audi cars. Then the rear lights over the whole width, like you see the full line, which is quite cool. And then on the end sort of the 3 striping. And here you can even see the Audi logo in. Quite cool lights, actually quite like them. Q4 badge underneath. This is just a Q4 e-tron 40. It's actually called nowadays the 45. And this one producing 200 horsepower. And the newer car will have 260 horsepower. And 300 Newton meters of torque. Then you can also go for the 55 version, which has like 300 120 horsepower I think it was, and 400 newton meters of torque, so a bit more torque and horsepower. But it's still the same 77 kilowatt an hour battery. So don't think the difference between 45 and 55 will be that big, just a little bit quicker. The 0 to 100 kilometers an hour time in this Q4 is 7.5 seconds. So not the fastest, but yeah, it's a car that weighs 2.6 tons. So 2,600 kilos, and yeah, you see it, it's a big one. It's sort of an SUV form where you can fit your whole family in, easily 5 people. And then the top speed is only 160 kilometers an hour. So quite a low top speed, but it's actually because it's an electric one. Otherwise the battery won't make it that long. They claim a range between 400 and 500 kilometers. But I think now it's winter here in Belgium, then 400 kilometers will be the top I think it will do now. Maybe in the summer you can do 500 kilometers. And come also a bit close here to these front lights, which look quite good. Also sort of the special. Cool LED lights from Audi, which are always nice. And in the front you also have the 4 stars in the bronze color to match the wheels, which is a good look. Then the grille is totally closed off. Of course, because it's an electric one. On the side you also have some details, but they are also closed off. You just see the sensor that are placed in the front. The underside is a bit open. And you have a good look here on the front. Looks typical Audi, big grille. Quite nice. Then on the side of the car you see A&M Automobile Group. They provided me with the car here today. So a big thanks to them for making it possible to share this cool one with you. And I overall like the look here on the outside. Not the biggest SUV, but I think just for a small family, if you have like 2 or 3 children, it's fine. Or if you're a bit older and you want to sit a bit higher, then this car is actually perfect. A good looking one, especially with the competition pack. Then you have the privacy glazing, that's an option. You have the glass roof to have more light here on the inside. Some railing to put a ski box on if you'd want. Yeah, and what I was saying, you have here these sporty lines in the car that start here, which make the rear wheel arches sort of more stand out, more aggressive, and then the line continues here to the side, to the lights, which looks quite nice actually. And the big bumper on the underside. Already going to open this one up, because it's of course a family car. Check what the boot space is. It's quite important actually. You have here some rubber mats on the inside. Yeah, decent I think. You can of course put the seats in the front down, but you have even more space. Electrically goes back down. Yeah, quite nice. I'm gonna already show you here some of the rear. This car has a grey leather interior. You can also see the ambient lights here already. And with the rubber mats in. Full grey leather on the inside. You can even put your child seat in, ISOFIX. Quite handy for all the parents out there. Yeah, gonna maybe step in. As you can see, maybe turn the camera around. You can see that I have more than space enough here on the inside, more than leg room enough, more than headroom enough, and yeah, nice place to sit in here. Then I'm gonna show you some of the front, how I'm actually sitting in the back seats. sort of a special form of steering wheel, virtual cockpit, big center display where you can see the navigation that's now on. The start stop here, the driving gauge here, but we'll go through those while we're driving the car. Then good spacious car, a lot of light because of the sunroof. Nice place to sit here. You have some air conditioning that you can set the heat and some USB-C ports. Yeah, nice first look of the interior. Then I'll go to the front. And we're going to have a look here in the front again. You see S-line here on the door sills. Just nothing special here. It's just some plastic to open the boot up, some buttons for the windows. Then here you have a special form of steering wheel. But here the view you can change up by this button. If you only want to see like the speedometer and the battery, how much battery is left. Maybe put the 4 hazards off. The view we just showed you. Then here you can go a bit through information, what your last drive was. If you want to put like other audio on, maybe have a view here of the navigation, go back function. What's this actually? To see the map. Okay. And here to go between songs, to go to the volume, to put it off the volume, and to pick up the phone, voice control. Then here your indicators, and on the other side your wipers. Easy as that. Automatic light on the other side. And the pedals underneath. Automatic car, you can read Q4 here on the rubber mats. Then again full grey leather seats, the glass roof in. You can read S-line even in. Front part you can move forward of course, like normally. These are also electrical adjustable. Then come here to the center, you have some cup holders. Here's some storage space. Then sort of this bridge in the center is a bit floating. But you have the start-stop button. Your parking brake that's now on. Here the mode engager where you go through. You have the drive neutral. B is for driving with one panel that it will automatically brake. And here you have some buttons to go between songs and volume, 4 hazards and traction control. Underneath you have a lot of space to charge your phone, to store it. Quite nice. Then here's some air conditioning buttons. Straightforward. And then here the multimedia will go a bit through while we're driving. Here you can read e-tron. Special designing with the air conditioning. Sort of the ambient lighting going around. Probably you can change. Then I'm going to step in. We can have a drive with this Q4 e-tron. And I took a place here on the inside. A lot of light around me. You sit a bit higher, which is quite nice. Clean view here already of the inside. Bit more special as the Volkswagen I drove in the last video. But still not as cool I think as the BMW. But we'll see how the driving is. I'm gonna change the view up that you can watch from here with me how we're driving. But first thoughts, quite like the designing already of the outside. Now the inside is quite clean, nothing really to complain. One of the more better looking higher SUVs, much better looking as a Tesla of course. And yeah, let's go for a nice drive here on the grass field. Then you can watch from this side. Then you can watch roads, also the navigation. think it's nice for you to follow like this, not always look at me, because I'm most of the time sniffing my nose because it's so cold here on the outside. There's overview where I'll you see here the virtual cockpit you have, how much battery is left, 42% it says, and 157 kilometers we can still drive. Maybe turn it a bit more. Yeah, you can have a look here. 157 kilometers it says on 42% charge, so yeah, the 400 kilometers will actually be not easiest to get. Put the view back that you have the view of the navigation, and here home you have radio, telephone, navigation, and here the apps you can go through, radio, media, navigation, straightforward I think. Zoom a bit out. No Apple or no Google Maps I mean. So bit older view. You can put your address in. Yeah. And then show you some car charging. See some of the charging, how it goes. Park assistance the car has, the climate controls. Then the apps, phone apps. The car has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that's a nice thing if you want to connect it with your phone. The news, you can see the weather, simple things like that. Nothing too special I think to show to you, but everything you need, simple and clean. Then this one was the radio, your phone if it's connected, and if it's connected to your phone you can call, you can send some messages. Nothing really special. Here you have a button for the reversing camera, you'll see. Quite an easy camera view. If you want to put it on, see now the grass field. What's this button doing? Press here. Drive assistance. Information about the road. Keep it in lane I think. And if you drive too fast, a warning. Things like that. That's straightforward. I'm gonna drive, guys. Put my foot on the brake. Start it up. I think it was already started. Put it here in drive. Easy as that. And let my foot a bit loose. Drive here a bit around the grass field. Nothing too crazy. And a turn around actually. The car is already slipping a bit. Not too special, because I think this is the 40 like I said, and it only has rear wheel drive, so make sure we don't get stuck in here. Yeah, there we go. Small lines of how we're driving. Sorry to the farmer. This is the 40 with 200 horsepower. Now the 45 has 260 horsepower to it. And you can also go for the 55, which is like 300 something horsepower, 350. Then I think you also have the Quattro, the 4-wheel drive, which is interesting if you want to do things like I was just doing, take it off-road, or just drive it on the snow and things like that. If you take it on the ski vacation, I would definitely think about going for the Quattro car, because it's a bit safer in those conditions. Drive a bit around, see how the driving is. There weren't any different modes I was seeing. I couldn't find no mode button or anything like it, so yeah, easy. Just comfort, chill mode always. And I think this is the mid-size SUV that's full electric from Audi. The Q3 only offers a hybrid or petrol or diesel engines, so nothing, no electric one on the bit smaller version. And then you have also the Q8, which is a very big one. I also did a review with that car. I haven't test driven it, but yeah, it was a bit more luxurious, a bit bigger on the inside. But yeah, the pricing was also, I think, almost twice as expensive. This car starting from 50,000 euros has a good price point. In the last video I drove the ID.7 from Volkswagen. It was 65,000. I thought it was a bit expensive. But yeah, it was also a luxurious one. But yeah, actually sitting in here in the Q4, I don't think the ID.7 was that more luxurious as here the Q4 is. I was looking, you still have pedals here behind the wheel, which is special. Because normally you wouldn't have that much of gears. Normally it's just a single speed automatic gearbox they use on electric cars. So we'll see how that works. But actually driving here around feels quite nice. Quite comfortable drive. Actually I always complain when driving electric cars, but actually they are very good drivers cars. They drive very comfortable. You immediately have all the power all the time, so actually it's very relaxing to drive on a daily basis. They are all automatic, so you don't need to shift all the time. You can just go. Yeah, quite start to get used to the electric driving. I'm a petrolhead, I love the sound of cars, but yeah, actually on a daily basis driving full electric cars is not the baddest actually. If you have a decent range that you can drive somewhere, and if the battery keeps the range, that it don't get down that quickly, it's a fun drive. And if I was looking for one myself, yeah, this is of course a higher car, bit more spacious, easier to get in. Then this Q4 does it well. The i5 I preferred as the sedan form of car, if you want to sit a bit lower, a bit sportier. But as a higher car, I think I would prefer this one above Tesla, or above something from the Volkswagen products, although they were also not high cars, not really SUVs. But for older people, for big families, it's nice, I think. A bit of a higher car. And just to cruise around in it, it's quite fun. Not gonna say I don't enjoy the drive. The lighting here around, it's clean. They could have done something else here with this, the plastic, but yeah, I think it's Audi. Audi has sort of their own styling, just like every brand has it, to keep everything clean, but still the quality. You still have stitching here on the steering wheel. It's an S-line steering wheel even. And the special form, sort of this hexagonal form of steering wheel, which is cool. I like it even. It's special. And then the lighting also on my feet. And space enough to put some drinks, or here to store your phone. So really a practical family car. The roofline is also high. The visibility around is quite good. You have even here a smaller window in. And on the other side you can even have a good look here between the A-pillar and the mirrors. That's sometimes a blind spot on a lot of cars. Also looking on the back, it's a good view you have. Then I'm gonna give it a bit of a push, see how it goes. And it goes off quite well, of course. 200 horsepower is enough for daily driving. All the electric cars now have 300, 400 horsepower on just regular family car, a day-to-day car. I think 200 horsepower is more than enough. You don't really need all the crazy number horsepower. It's good when you drive a real sports car, but yeah, on a big car it's sometimes nicer than the 0 to 100 would be a bit faster. I think this just 7.5 seconds isn't really special. The i5 did it in 6.5 seconds, and yeah, you will find other cars that also drive quite fast from 0 to 100, but yeah, that's what you eventually want. You can go for the 55 version, then it will do it in 6.5 seconds, I think. So yeah, if you want to be that guy that goes off fast at the traffic lights, then you will yeah, maybe go for the 55 version, but yeah, it comes in a bit more expensive also. I think it will be easily 10,000 euros more expensive. So yeah, you need to think about it. Is it worth it? And overall a smooth drive. The steering is quite direct. You don't have a lot of road noise because you sit a bit higher. It's always better, I think, when you sit a bit higher. The road noise is much of the times better because the suspension is also higher. Especially here in Belgium where the road isn't the best and you have a lot of speed bumps and things like that, then it's quite nice that you sit a bit higher, actually. Yeah, nice drive this Q4. And what I really like are the wheels, but I think I already said it. These sporty bronze gold wheels make a total different look on the outside. I saw the regular wheels you normally have on the Q4 from standard, and yet it's a totally different look. And yeah, the range is like you have on other cars nowadays, just to compare with other cars. You would say maybe it's not that much, but yeah, 400 kilometers most of the cars drive, and then some go down a bit quicker as the others if you drive them a bit sporty. It's not that you constantly are driving that sporty. I think the i5, the battery was quite good. The Tesla battery was also quite good. Volkswagen battery wasn't really the best, I think. And we'll see, this also keeps quite well. Maybe when we drive a bit faster in a minute it changes. But I think it keeps it quite well, like this. Go left here. First let the ambulance pass by. See, has more of a rush than I have. Yeah, overall quite a nice car to drive around in. Here you have the audio box created in. The seating is quite well. Sit quite comfortable in here. And yeah, to daily drive, it's quite nice to be a bit higher. I would actually consider, even for myself, the Q4 as a daily car. It's nice. 50,000 euros is a good pricing, I think. That's what also is very important, I think, to have a good price point. Because yeah, 50,000 euros is already a lot. So you want something for your money. You really want a car that has everything: Apple CarPlay, rear view camera, glass roof, place for 5 people to easily sit, a big boot. And that is things all this car offer. All the boxes are checked by this car, so that's quite nice, I think. That it's really checks all those boxes of being also good looking, bit of quality on the inside. For 50,000 euros you actually want a car that is quality, that looks good. And that's the thing this car actually does. And then in comparison, the Volkswagen cars were as expensive. The ID7 was even more expensive. So I would eventually compare this with the ID5. But yeah, the ID5 really isn't the car that's... I would know which one I would go for. Definitely this Audi, because the ID are a bit even more simpler than this one. And yeah, just nothing really special. Design was quite boring, even on the inside and on the outside. But yeah, that's also the thing with Volkswagen. It's more of the regular car that isn't that much attracting attention, or isn't that much into styling and then the special looks. And Audi is more of a premium brand. They offer, like you see here, more of a premium drive, premium being. You can put here the seat heating on if you'd want. Not that it's really necessary, but just to show you guys. Go here, put eco on, off the air conditioning. Make it a bit warmer or a bit colder if you'd want. Yeah. Nice to interact. I like it that they still kept some buttons on here. Physical ones that really really work when you're driving. It's sometimes hard to find the touchscreen buttons, and then it's still easy that you can go here between the volume, between the songs, the air conditioning, that you can still use a button for that, because I think it's more easy to control. And here also on the steering wheel you still have some physical buttons you can easily control. That's a good thing, I think, that you can easily interact with the car without losing attention on the road. Yeah guys, overall I really like this car. If you're not that much into sporty drive, then this one is perfect. If you like a bit of a sporty drive, then I would go for the BMW i5 if you don't want to sit that much higher. And if you want to have like a higher car and don't care that much about a sporty drive, then this Q4 e-tron really is a good one. Would definitely consider it. Yeah, what can you compare with this one? I think the Ford Mustang Mach-E was also more expensive. The Tesla Model Y is to compare with this one. It's about the same price point, but yeah, look at the video of the Tesla Model Y. There were no buttons on the inside, just the screen. I couldn't even find the wipers. And the designing was also quite cheap. Yeah, I don't think those are really quality cars. This is really a premium car, the Audi. So I would definitely know which one I would get. I think the car also recharges a bit on the braking. And we're also going to drive here a bit on the highway. Also quite important because it will be a daily driver for most of you. So you put a lot of kilometers on it also here on the highway. Here, taking this corner against 84, it keeps quite steady. Here a GT3, alright, GT3 Porsche. We're lucky, we're definitely going to follow that one. Only we have a 160 km an hour top speed, so not the fastest. Definitely gonna put my thumbs up for that guy. Good one. And like I said, only 160 km an hour we can drive. 62, 63, and that's it, guys. So that's not really very fast. I'm thinking about it, but yeah. If you live in Germany, you would probably never buy a full electric one because yeah, 150 isn't really fast. If you have the allowance to drive as fast as you can. So yeah, and the car also has a keeping in lane function. Let's see if it works. Yeah, now you see it's actually steering from itself to keep in lane. And also when there was a car in front of me a couple minutes ago, it also give like a warning here that it will keep a distance of the car in front. So that are all nice safety functions you have on this car. Forgot to put the Audi off. But then you can also have a listen to it. It's quite a good one, good car to drive around in. And then if you let your feet off the throttle, it will automatically sort of brake also. On the petrol car you will have sort of the running out, but now on the battery cars it's sort of different. It's easy when you're maybe changing the navigation up, that the car will keep in lane from itself and keep distance with the car in front. All nice and easy functions, I think. Yeah, to summarize it, guys, I'm really happy with this Q4. If you're looking for a higher family SUV that's fully electric, then I think this Q4 offers you everything you would want. The range isn't the highest, I'm gonna admit. If you get 400 kilometers out of it, then you've driven well with it. I think on the highway it will easily be doable. And yeah, it's a good looking one on the outside. The interior quality is nice. You have everything you'd want. So yeah, I would say go ahead and buy it if you're interested. It's a nice car, especially with the competition pack. It's a good one. And then yeah, I want to thank you guys all for watching this review of the Q4. And there are a lot more test drives coming. Some Cupra cars will drive in the next video. And yeah, thank you guys all. Have a nice holiday, end of the holidays, and see you guys. Bye.